Good morning and welcome to Extra Shot. I'm Carlos along with Lindsay, Julia, and Jalea. We're back, of course, for a little conversation here as we talk about some of the big events today. And first thing, I guess, would be weather.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't move on because you're talking about Prince William.
He's 40 today.
But we were in college when his mom got married.
No, we were 11. We were like 12.
Unless you started college real early.
We were like 12. Remember, we were like 12. We were like 11 or 12.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sorry. We were having a discussion, and my brain would not slow down. I was like, wait a minute.
80, 81, like we were like 9. Like when did they get married? They got like married in 80 or 81, so we were like 9 or 10.
And I'm trying to remember who my freshman year's big wedding did I watch in college? Freshman year.
Maybe, I don't know.
All right, I'll think about that.
Google some.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a royal wedding?
I thought it was, but maybe not.
Julia is like 44 days younger than I am. She's 44 days younger than I am. So we everything we do together is like associated to what happened like from 80 to 89, which was like, you know,
we can reference it at least.
Exactly.
All right, I'm so sorry. So we'll get you caught up.
This is what I Googled, and I don't know if that helps or not.
Prince Edward and Sophie Rice-Jones.
Does that sound familiar?
Because remember it was like we had that, and then you had the space shuttle going off. Like there was these things that you had to wake up early to see. So the royal wedding, space shuttle going off.
What are they talking about?
Sorry,
Just to prep. No, it's okay. Just to preface it, because I think that
you're in your 20s.
Yeah, because we started off before, and you were saying that you couldn't believe that Prince William is 40 today because his 40th birthday.
Right.
Okay. And I am trying to figure out who it is that you believe
I
could have been
watched the
born.
wedding.
Yes, so that I will work on that.
And it would have been 90.
Yeah.
What big wedding happened in 1990? We were freshmen in college.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
I will work on that.
we'll
But by the
worry
way,
about
today
that.
is also, in addition to Prince William's birthday, it's also the first day of summer. How about that?
There we go.
Yes.
And it's going to feel every bit of it, right?
Yeah, and you know, we could be breaking a record. So we have a couple different records that are on the line today. First, the summer solstice record, which stands at 96 here in Indianapolis, which keep in mind, the summer solstice can happen anywhere between June 19th and the 22nd. Usually happens on the 20th or the 21st, which obviously this year 21st. But the record for the 21st is 98 here in Indianapolis. So something just to kind of watch out for as we are headed to 96 for the forecast high today. We've also got one of these ozone action days. We've been talking a lot about these here lately when we've got the high heat, we've got the calmer winds at the surface. That really allows the pollutants to kind of collect close to the surface, especially in higher populated counties where there's a lot more traffic, things like that. That is why the National Weather Service has issued this air quality alert for today. If you do belong to one of those sensitive categories, if you have breathing issues, asthma, COPD, anything like that, might be a good idea just to keep it inside today and not expose yourself to those increased pollutants there. Otherwise, here's some good news. It is going to get a little more muggy today, but it's not going to quite get into that miserable category. That's anything over 70 or so when it comes to the dew point temperature. It will get a little more humid, and you'll notice that today, but because we haven't had a lot of rain here lately, the ground is relatively dry, and that's going to keep the dew point from climbing into that miserable zone. So that's actually a good thing, but we're still going to have to deal with some dangerous heat. Temperatures climbing to 93 by 2 p.m., 4 o'clock up to 96, and there are your forecast highs today. So not much of a heat index because there's low moisture content to the air, but still, the air temperature in and of itself going to be quite dangerous today. So still play it safe if you have to be outside.
And there are some cooling centers, libraries that are open that you can go in there and just get cool if those are your only options.
Yeah.
By the way, I haven't figured it out what big event happened in 1990, but gas prices in 1990, $1.86.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Interest rates, almost 14%.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. Anyway, maybe I'll still figure it out. Well, we want to let you know about this. An Avon teenager earned a full ride to Indiana University this fall through caddying, thanks to the Evans Scholarship. Simba picked up caddying at Hillcrest Country Club a couple of summers ago. He had to keep up good grades, obviously, and also show that he had a great character. Simba's parents are immigrants from Zimbabwe and struggled financially at times when their son was growing up. So this summer job helped ease some of those financial burdens of chasing his dream. And now, again, a full ride scholarship. We heard from him earlier during Sunrise that he said he has always wanted to be, was it cardiologist?
Neurosurgeon.
Neurosurgeon.
Neurosurgeon. Since he was in kindergarten.
Isn't that amazing?
I didn't know what a
and obviously obviously, if he finishes his 4 years at IU, he can go on to the IU medical program, and he could do just that right here in Indiana.
Avon Scholars and the Avon Scholar program is a really cool program that's been going on for years. And you know, Simba's a unique individual who has goals that are beyond our grasp. So
right.
He's amazing. But what I love about Avon Scholars is, you know, that it teaches kids, you know, to be responsible during the summer, and then it pays off for, you know, years, decades to come in their lives.
One of the things that he said, he was like, well, I mean, you have to have all brains on deck to be a neurosurgeon, but he was saying that this allows him, like, even though he put in a bunch of work this summer, that like now he's not having to worry about thinking about how to be paying for school. Now he can focus on actually going to school, because he's going to be in school for a long time.
Well, and you know, and talking behind the scenes too, I know a lot of Avon Scholars that I talk to, they say, and it's all about connections, as we well know, like you know, you're on the golf course, you're talking to these guys who are doctors, who are businessmen, and, you know, because you're caddying for them, you get to know them, and then you exchange numbers at the end of the round, and now you've got another contact. Right. So it's a real world kind of contacts that you have. So that's kind of a cool thing that Avon Scholars is, you know, it's the extra benefits of Avon Scholars. So.
Well, you know just how much his family struggled to get here, and then even when they got here, it was a struggle. So it's so good to see that pay off for them.
Yes. I'm still working on behind the scenes that information. I'm going to tell you about this story.
What big wedding?
Yeah, so the restaurant that helped launch KFC nationwide is actually going up for sale. So the man known as Colonel Sanders opened Claudia Sanders Dinner House in Shelbyville, Kentucky, and it served as a base of operation for KFC until Sanders sold that company in 1964. So now the land is for sale, including the former home of the Sanders and their restaurant and the banquet hall. And whoever buys the property, they get Colonel Sanders' original Kentucky Colonel certificate, his monogram Bible, and a happy birthday letter from President Nixon to Colonel Sanders. No word on how much the seller is hoping to get just yet. I feel like there should at least be like half the recipe. Give them like, like something, you got to figure out the rest of it. But
flour,
like,
salt, and pepper.
Yes, or like here's a potato wedge recipe or something like that. You got to give them a little something for them to pay. Probably going to be top dollar. I can imagine it's going to be pretty expensive there.
All right, so I did this next story at 4 a.m. and I kind of realized something while I was reading it, okay? So Airbnb and Warner Brothers sponsored an overnight stay at the iconic Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine. It sold out in mere minutes, and luckily guests, they got to enjoy, you know, the SoCal coast. They enjoyed Scooby snacks. And I thought that this was all because of the cartoon that I grew up with, Scooby-Doo. Scooby, Scooby-Doo, where are you? You got some place to go now. Okay,
work to do now.
Work to do now. Thank you.
I
don't know the words. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's the Mystery Machine. But this is all to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the live-action movie
that I watched.
Yes, that's why I was when you guys were talking about this. When you guys were talking about this, because that's the guy that's. The guy that's like that meets you or whatever, that's the one from the live action movie. I think they had like, because now, I mean, now yes, things come over and over again, like on streaming services, but this movie used to come on like 3 to 4 times a day in the summer, and we would watch it every day. And I don't know why we would watch it all the time, but like they have like a couple different installments of the Scooby-Doo, the live action we were talking about, and like I don't know why that was on so much. Like it's like I know this one back and forth, so that's why I was surprised that we're doing it so cheap. But I feel like it's just
so we could talk about it.
Pretty much, because they're like, you know, you can stay in this house, and it's like, it's only, I forget how much it costs, but then it's like, yeah, well, now you're fighting a billion other people trying to get this Airbnb house for, I think it was only like $20 a night.
You're staying in the mystery.
Or the van,
You're staying in the van.
Airbnb van, yeah.
So you're staying in the mystery. It's only one night, it's $20.
Yeah.
But I think it's all just to kind of get the name out there. But I was like, for me, I'm like, oh, it's celebrating the classic cartoon, and then it's like the 20th anniversary of the movie, and I'm like, well, the movie was good, but it didn't age too well with the special effects.
But I actually can't believe that was 20 years now that you've said that.
I know. See, we're all like, that movie was 20 years ago.
William was 20 years old.
See,
and that's the thing. Like you're trying to figure out what the big event was, because it all just runs together. Because I
just remember, and I could be so wrong, watching something like Gather Around the TV with my roommate and some of the girls on my floor.
Okay.
And so I can't figure out what that was.
We got to figure this out, because this is going to drive me
What
crazy.
time of year was this?
I know Mike Tyson got beat by Buster Douglas when I was a freshman in college. See, everything that I go through is sports.
And if Patrick Harmon were here, he would be like, I know it. He's our floor director, and he would know it in a heartbeat. Well, that's it for us. Sorry that I've just confused you all.
You done started a mystery that we never got to the bottom of. I
Yes.
scoured Wikipedia, all the sites. I was trying to like just read the headlines and figure out what's going on.
I will try and figure it out and let you know tomorrow.
Okay, that's you got to watch tomorrow. Extra Shot. It is going to be the answer to who got married in 1990.
Maybe.
For Jalea and Julia, I'm Carlos. Here's Lindsay. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us on Extra Shot. Join us tomorrow morning at 4 for Sunrise.